All right, welcome back. And we're still on National Team Talk. We're here to talk about the year ahead for the Reggae boys and girls. What to expect from the national team, what to expect from the JFF, how many trophies to expect, as Joe Mar, said in the intro. Let's talk about it. How do you feel about the start of the year so far for the JFF?
Well, for the JFF on a whole, we've started by ushering in the Adidas regime. I think that's a big deal. That's something that's globally pushed. Even on the Adidas website, they seem excited about this partnership, but I know they aren't as excited as I am. So that's a good way to usher in the new year. We've seen some little snippets. I'm thinking I saw two pictures, a yellow picture with like some line designs, and I saw a black picture with like some red, green, and gold situation. So is that a hint at
Excited for the jerseys.
how the jersey will look like? I don't mind an away jersey with the reggae colors, like with the Rastafarian colors.
Yeah, it's a part of our culture, man.
As a homage to pay homage to our African descent. I don't mind adding some red into our away kit. Switch it up. I do not mind. We see other teams playing we see Argentina playing in purple kits this World Cup.
Hmm.
And the last I checked, purple was not a part of the Argentinian flag. So I don't mind adding a tad bit of red if it's going to allude to a reggae. I'd more than welcome it, and I think it'd make for beautiful away kits. Adding paying homage to our Rastafarian history and our African culture. So I saw the snippets. I'm not sure if you saw the picture that I'm talking
No,
about.
aside, aside.
I'm wondering if those are because the yellow one, nice design, could be for the home kit, and the black one could be for the away kit. So I hope that's what they're giving on to us. Because no, in my mind, the away kit is going to be in the Rastafarian colors.
Yeah.
If it don't happen now, I'm going to be disappointed.
I heard Dennis Chung speaking about the kids, and he said that there's some fire kids.
Mm.
Hopefully we'll see them in the under 17 competition, right? Yeah, we have to see them in the under.
We'll be,
Right. So,
at the end of January, they'll be unveiled.
all right. So people,
Other
I can't wait to get my hands on them. Can't wait to get my hands on them. I feel like there'll be some really good kits, and I feel like Adidas will take full advantage of the partnership with Jamaica. Man,
Yeah.
last show we spoke about what Jamaica means to the world, and Adidas will definitely tap into that. But and how I feel about how the JFF has started the year, I feel like it's a decent start. It's a good start. I know it's in the partnership, the camp for the under 17 team, updating the public on the team and all of that. I feel like they're taking steps in the right decision, in the right
They're-
direction. So I don't mind it at all. One thing I want to do though is go to kind of a calendar of events. Talk about what to expect in terms of competitions for the Reggae boys and girls this year. So let's take a quick look at that. And so the first competition that we will be watching is in February. It's the CONCACAF Under 17 Men's Championship. That will run from the 11th of February to the 26th of February. In this, obviously, we spoke about a while ago, and I said that we have a really good shot of pulling down some not silverware, but making it to the World Cup. And that's what I feel we should expect from this competition. What
we
more
don't,
can we expect from this
we
competition?
don't be aspiring to get some silver here.
Wouldn't be bad. I'd love it. I feel like we should set our sights on the World Cup. But are you making that assertion?
No, as I said, I think Canada and America are quite a distance ahead of us, especially in the new MLS Next Star program that's been recently implemented, and we've seen it yield so much good results. So many good players have come from it, and I think America will continue to stand out and go forth and win this competition quite
Could
easily.
be Mexico. Could Mexico won the last one? It could be Mexico.
Yeah, I think, as I said, the last one was a couple of years ago, interrupted by COVID and so on and so forth. And within the last 4 years, I think USA, have really taken gargantuous steps to get into the point that they are right now. And I think going forward, America will be the powerhouses in youth football, and I think they will take the cake for this competition. However, come finishing in the top four, I definitely do believe that it's a possibility, and that's something that we should strive for. Anything less than that, I think we'd
It's a failure. It's a failure. Yeah, I agree with you. The next competition that we'll be watching is in March, and it's the Nations League. It's our game against Mexico. It's a must-win game, I must say. I feel like we have what it takes to win this game. I honestly believe so. A new coach seems to be, taking some positive steps and putting some things in place. Doing some things that we like to see, from our national coach. Making some travels and some conquests, and we love to see it. So hopefully, this will all culminate in March. On the 26th of March, we'll go to Mexico, and hopefully we can pull out a result. How do you feel about this game, and are you looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to it. My expectations are not necessarily super high. I do believe that we can go in the Azteca and get a good result. I do believe that our team is rebuilding, and if Hal Grimson continues to do the work that he started out to do, I do believe that we can go ahead and get a result. And I definitely believe that winning this match is a possibility. However, am I expecting us to go to the Azteca and beat Mexico?
All right.
I'm never expecting us to go to the Azteca and beat Mexico. And I think, obviously, because of past errors, we've put ourselves into this uncomfortable position. Because we did manage to do the work against Mexico in the national stadium. But due to politics and due to the players not getting their heads straight, we went to Suriname and we absolutely messed the bed. Junior Fleming scored a good goal to put us forward, and due to some Amal Knight blunders, Andre Blake just didn't play simply because, I don't know, he didn't want to, or he wasn't mentally right, or he was under protest. I'm not sure why Andre Blake never played in that game, but it's safe to say had Andre Blake played in that game, we'd be entering this game in a different position. Don't you think?
Yeah, I feel so. But the position that we are in right now is just to get a win. And the caliber of players that we have. Obviously, the Mexican team is nothing to play with, and they're a good team. I don't feel like they have had a great World Cup, so I feel like this would be the tournament that they would want to, win and get back some pride in the country. But I feel like Jamaica trying to turn a new leaf. This could be where the program goes bang. It could be where we take the first step towards playing some real winning football and getting the culture back, getting the fans involved. This is a good opportunity to do that. But as you said, in terms of predicting that we are going to go to the Azteca and beat Mexico, to predict that and predict that with confidence and predict that comfortably, I would look like I would appear to not know much about football. So I can't say that I'm expecting us to go there and 3 or 4 or 5 Mexico. No, not at all. But if we go and remain compact and we go out play some good football, we call our best team, I can see we pulling out a 1 or a 2-1, a 1-0 or a 2-1 win against Mexico in March.
Yeah, and as I said, the Azteca factor is something to consider. But when I think about this Nations League fixture, I just can't help but look back in the past to that first Suriname fixture. I just can't help but think, we managed to do the work against Suriname, we managed to do the work against Mexico. Had we beaten Suriname, we'd have just needed a draw out of this game, and I would have been more than confident I would have gone to the Azteca and get a draw. It's unfortunate that our past is affecting Hal Grimson's chance of going forward and getting some silverware. But let's say we go to the Azteca and we do the business. We have either Canada or the US to play in a semi-finals in the Nations League. What do you think about that?
That's another hard game. I feel like we can do better than what I saw us do against Canada in the World Cup qualifiers. I feel like we definitely can play some better football. Canada is a really good team. Their program over the years have developed into, a powerhouse in CONCACAF. We saw what they did in qualifiers. They topped the qualifiers, right? So I know that they're a good team, but I feel like we're not Canada. I don't think Canada are 3-0 better than us, and especially in the game that we played in Canada, I don't think that they're that much better than us. Now, if we play our best team again, I give Jamaica a chance against any team in CONCACAF. If we come with our best team and we come with a system, and obviously I'm yet to see these things, and I'm yet to see a system, I'm yet to see a formula of the program. But I feel like right now the direction that this team and this program, this JFF, this new administration seem to be going in, if it goes in that direction, man, I don't think I'm afraid of any team. Obviously Mexico, Canada and USA are all better than us, but I'm not afraid of them.
It's important to note that if we successfully beat Mexico in this upcoming FIFA window, the next FIFA window will be in June, and the 2 games that we'd hope to play, the semi-finals and the finals, will be at a neutral venue in America. So that's important to note. We won't have to be doing any long traveling for those 2 games. They'll be in quick succession, and we can start off our Gold Cup campaign as the defending champions for the Nations League. That's well within the realm of possibility. So
There we go.
another expectation that I would definitely have for the national team, is to sandwich that Nations League fixture against Mexico with 2 friendly matches. I think that's important. This new JFF has done a really good job of getting fixtures when fixtures are available. We've gotten a few friendlies. We've got one against Argentina. We've got an important one against Cameroon. Catalonia. So I think they've been very good about that. They've been doing a good job of getting us fixtures and friendlies. So I hope to sandwich the Nations League game in March with 2 friendlies on the front side and the back side of that. And the next FIFA day will be in June. And I'm hoping that we don't have to organize friendlies for those fixtures in June because we'll have the Nations League semi-final and final to play. But if not, we definitely have to have some FIFA friendly games going into the Gold Cup in the summertime.
Here we go. I agree with you. And that's a perfect segue to go into the next competition that we have. It's the CONCACAF Men's Gold Cup 2023 edition. That runs from June 16 to July 16, and hopefully we're playing on July 16th. What are your expectations for the Reggae boys? Mine's definitely to make it to the Gold Cup, to make it to the finals of the Gold Cup. We've been there before. As I said, I'm not afraid of any of these teams in CONCACAF. We have the caliber of players to make it this far. So I am definitely putting it out there to make it to the finals of the Gold Cup.
Yeah, my target and aspiration is to also make it to the finals of the Gold Cup. Considering that we'd have had more than 6 months, because you come from the Argentina game, Al Grimson, to all the way to the summer. That's like about 8 months that he would have had to get his program together. You'd have definitely had at least 1 match against Mexico. I'm hoping that the organization helps him out by getting him at least 4 friendlies, or hopefully play 3 Nations League matches. But if not, at least 5 friendlies, plus the Nations League match against Mexico, plus a first round in the Gold Cup that is almost an automatic qualification for a team like Jamaica. I think that's enough time to get ourselves together. He's currently campaigning in England right now to get better players. So let's see how the team looks in March. And in March, we'll tell if we should go into the Gold Cup expecting to win it. But as of right now, with the assortment of players that we already do have, the likes of Ethan Pinnock being on form, the likes of Leon Bailey still starting every week in the Premier League. Bobby Reid, no joke. Ravel Morrison, I'm excited to see how he looks when the MLS restarts. But considering all those factors, I definitely believe that the finals of the Gold Cup, I definitely believe that if we have to beat Mexico or Canada in a semi-final, we should be able to do that. Mexico or USA in a semi-final, we should be able to do that. Or Canada. The semi-final, if we don't make it to the semi-final, is a failure. But I think our target should be the finals.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking at the finals. And the finals is just a game where anything can happen. The form will go out the window. And it's just who wants it more on the day, who plays better football on the day, and who take their chances on the day and make less mistakes. So put us in the finals against anybody and see what happens. So that's my target. That's my expectations for these Reggae boys. I'm not going with these tough expectations and say make it out the group or anything like that. Finals, as I say, semi-finals, or anything lower than a semi-final performance is a failure.
Al Grimson have come on that question.
There we go. On to the team that I think should be the pride of Jamaican football for 2023. It's the Reggae Girlz, and we love our Reggae Girlz, man. The FIFA Women's World Cup will be running from July 20th to August 20th, 2023. This should be a really good competition. As far as expectations go, I'm looking forward to the girls challenging to make it out of the group.
Yeah.
I think that should be the goal. Last World Cup, it was just great to be there. It was great to make the World Cup. I feel like this time we should be looking to make it out of the group, or looking to challenge for that top 2 spot in the group, or at least that second spot in the group. We should not be at the bottom of the group. I don't feel so. As far as expectations go, what do you want to say about the Reggae Girlz and the upcoming World Cup?
Yeah, I'm thinking we should attempt to get 3 points. That's my target and my goal, and I think 3 or 4 points in this group would be a success for us. It's going to be hard to see the girls qualifying out of such a tough group. We got hard done by with the draw, and that happens in tournament play, especially after playing as well as we did in the qualifiers. But because of our rankings, it's the same as Canada. Canada did not play so well to be placed in a zone that they were placed in. That's just unfortunate because of their rankings coming into the competition. And it was the same thing that afflicted us I definitely believe that we should at least be getting a win this year, getting our first win in the World Cup. And,
Mm-hmm.
seeing if we can get a point against either France or Brazil, I think it's more than possible. If we can play well, if Hargreaves continues to get these girls playing together, we do have Khadija Shah, we do have Drew Spencer. These are players playing in the best competition, and they're playing very good football. They're standouts for their respective teams. So I do believe that we definitely should be aiming for 3 to 4 points, and then chaos might happen with 4 points. Who knows?
Yeah.
4 points can see you through to the second round. I'm not necessarily expecting a second round berth, nor am I saying that if we don't qualify for the second round, it's a failure. I think if we get any less, I think if we finish without a point again, or finish with 1 point, I think we might deem that an unsuccessful World Cup. But if we can manage to get a win in the World Cup, that would be outstanding. It'd be ridiculous. 4 points and see where the chips lie.
Yeah, and as you alluded to, we definitely have the team to, cause some trouble in this group. We have a really good team. Khadija Shaw is a superstar at this point. Everybody loves her, and she's standing out in England, in Man City. So I'm expecting, as I said, I expect the girls to challenge in this. To challenge. Challenge would be success for me. Going there, even if we lose out and say we finish with 1 point, but we're always in the games. And we're not getting them embarrassed, and we're never out of the game by the 28th minute. I'd like to, I wouldn't even be mad at that. But challenging is definitely what I want to see. And the final thing to look forward to this year, obviously we have friendlies that will be sprinkled around these major competitions, but the final thing to look forward to is the CONCACAF Women's Olympic qualifiers. And it's the playoff match. You remember last season in the summer we were watching the Women's Championship, and the winner of that competition was USA. So they get an automatic spot to the Olympics, and the second and third place team play a playoff game, a two-legged playoff game for the second spot in the Olympics, and that game will be between Jamaica and Canada, right? So we will be having the first game in Jamaica and then the second game in Mexico. So what do you expect from this Olympic qualifier?
It's going to be an uphill battle. I can say that much. However, football is a game played with 22 players, and one ball. So anything can play on the day. We know that Canada are the defending Olympic champions, and they
Mm-hmm.
possess the likes of Jordan Hedema, who is like a standout player in Europe right now. So Canada will come and attempt to play the ball down our throats. It will be difficult, but if Donaldson's women can stay disciplined, and if we can get individual brilliance from some of our standout players, then there's definitely a possibility. Am I expecting us to go for it and beat Canada over 2 legs and go to the World Cup? It's hard to say that, because I think in CONCACAF there is USA, slightly below USA there's Canada, and there's a big drop off, with all of the other teams. And I think after that drop off, then Jamaica, the likes of Costa Rica and Mexico are there fighting for that third spot. But I think there's a huge disparity between 2 and 3 in
Yeah.
CONCACAF women's football. So it will be hard to say that the girls should definitely defeat Canada over 2 legs. I think that's a bit unrealistic. But what we can expect is for the girls to play well. We saw, even though they qualified for the World Cup, the performance against the USA was pretty embarrassing. Some might say they threw the game, it was
Mm-hmm.
tactical or whatever. That may well be the case. And if that was the case, good work to Laura Donaldson. It's
Mm-hmm.
not about pride, it's about getting the result. But USA absolutely annihilated us, and it was a bit embarrassing. And
Yeah.
I think Canada is in the realm of USA, in terms of women's football. So my expectations are not necessarily high. It would be amazing to see the national anthem played at the Olympics, but I'm not expecting us to go for it and beat Canada over 2 legs.
Yeah, and to add to that, we've seen some shaky performance from the Reggae girls,
Yeah,
especially two friendlies that we saw against Paraguay in Jamaica recently. Those were not two great performances, man. Managing to get the result, yeah, in Montego Bay and then in Kingston, but not great performance, and it definitely doesn't inspire confidence going into these competitions. But we know that Reggae girls have quality. We know that Lauren Donaldson is a good coach, and we know that he can pull it together and get these girls to play some good football and get the results against better teams. But one thing I must say, Canada is a really good team, man. We saw it in the championship in the summer. They were nothing to play with. But again, like the Reggae Boys, I'm not scared of Canada. I feel like if we go with a game plan, we go and we remain compact, we can get a result. So two-legged tie, you're never out of it. It's just half time, and hopefully we can bring them to the home game, and give them an upset. Because even if we beat them at home, it's still an upset. They are so much better than us.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can do that and go to Canada. You never know what will happen. So yeah, those are my expectations.
I think those games are in the winter too.
Yeah, rough games. The games are in September.
Going
Both
to,
games.
both games are in September.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was in December. So autumn games, that's not too terrible. I thought the games were in December.
Yeah.
If it was in December, that would be rough. That would be a rough travel for the girls to go to BMO to play the girls. But September is not too bad.
Yeah, we can deal with that. And in the winter though of this year, another competition that I left off this graphic that you guys are looking at is the Under 17 World Cup. I didn't put it on there because you have to qualify for the World Cup first. But another Winter World Cup in Peru. I think running from the 2nd or the 10th of November to the 2nd of December.
If it's in Peru, it's not a Winter World Cup.
Yeah, but another World Cup at the back end of the year. Same thing like Qatar. Hopefully Jamaica will be there. Hopefully the Under 17 team will be there and playing in that World Cup. But yeah, that's as far as this go. Anything more on that on the list and the calendar of events for the national teams?
No, just the whole ton loads of friendlies that this brand new JFF will definitely manage to secure for us. For all age groups and all genders.
All right. I heard Dennis Chung mention a camp for the Reggae Girls, I think in January. So not too far from now. So I'm excited for that. I feel like that's the step that we should be taking towards the Reggae Girls and the Reggae Boys. We need to have some more camps and we need to have some more friendlies. Hopefully some announcements will be made. March is not that far away. We close our eyes and open them again and we're in February. So around that Nations League game that you mentioned, we need to have some friendlies. We need to see some things happening. So people, yeah, these are expectations for our national teams for 2023. On the next segment, we will be speaking about some JPL people. We started our JPL coverage this week. Yeah, and we went to a few games and we spoke about a few games. Go and check those out. Check out the interviews that we did. Jeremy and Teddy Johnson. We spoke to Ludlow Bernard. We spoke to Rudolph Austin. We did some good coverage, people. So go and check that out. And more to come on the JPL. But on the next segment, we're going to speak about some schoolboys that are standing out in the JPL. So stay tuned.